Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here. Let's just imagine for a second that you and I are sitting down at the kitchen table for a one-on-one consultation. I'm going to put on my nutritionist hat, and together we're going to build a really practical kitchen toolkit. Our goal, unlocking the incredible power of 5 super seeds, but specifically tailored for an over 70 digestive system. Okay, let's dive right in.
In our session today, we've got a really focused agenda. We'll start with muscle health after 70, then move into prepping quinoa and pumpkin seeds, digesting hemp, chia, and flax, going over your daily seed schedule, and finally, looking at total protein and resistance exercise.
All right, starting with Section 1, Muscle Health After 70.
Let's kick things off by validating something you might be physically feeling right now. Why is it harder to build muscle these days? Look, it is a super common and frankly incredibly frustrating experience to notice your muscle mass slipping away even when you're eating the exact same way you always have. You're probably thinking, I haven't changed my diet, so what gives? Well, it all comes down to a very specific physiological shift in the body.
And here's the culprit, anabolic resistance. It's basically just your aging body's naturally reduced efficiency at taking the protein you eat and converting it into new muscle tissue. But listen closely here, because the word reduced absolutely does not mean stopped. Anabolic resistance is a completely normal part of aging. And the fantastic news? We can absolutely manage it, simply by giving your digestive system highly accessible, super nutrient-dense foods.
That brings us right to Section 2, prepping quinoa and pumpkin seeds. Let's open up that kitchen toolkit.
First up is quinoa. This is an incredible meat alternative, especially if you find yourself eating less heavy meats or dairy lately. Just a half cup cooked gives you 4 solid grams of complete protein, meaning it has all 9 essential amino acids. Plus, it contains these fascinating plant compounds called phytoecdysteroids. Early research suggests these might actually help support muscle protein synthesis. But how we cook it is absolutely crucial for your tummy's comfort.
So, let's talk prep steps. You literally must rinse your quinoa thoroughly before cooking. Quinoa has this natural coating on it called saponins. If you leave it on, it tastes incredibly bitter and can really upset a sensitive stomach. So wash those right away. Cook it up in a low-sodium broth for extra flavor. And here's a fun little nutritionist pro tip. Add a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper is actually amazing for boosting overall nutrient absorption in your body. It makes a fantastic, gentle porridge base.
Moving on to our next seed, let's look at whole pumpkin seeds versus coarse pumpkin powder. Whole pumpkin seeds can be incredibly tough to chew, and honestly, they're pretty rough on an older digestive tract. We really want to save your teeth. By just using a simple grinder to pulse them into a coarse powder, you're allowing your system to easily absorb all their massive benefits. They are packed with zinc, magnesium, and iron, minerals that are vital for supporting your natural hormone production and keeping your immune system humming. But here's a little secret of the trade. Watch out for dairy. The zinc in those beautifully ground pumpkin seeds actually competes with calcium for absorption in your gut. So my advice to you is to space your pumpkin seeds away from your large dairy meals. You want the maximum benefit of that crucial zinc for your muscle repair, right? So don't let a big glass of milk get in the way.
Okay, on to Section 3, digesting hemp, chia, and flax. Let's tackle 3 tiny seeds that pack a really massive anti-inflammatory punch.
Hemp seeds are an absolute dream for older digestive systems. Why? Because they have a beautifully soft shell. There is 0 soaking or grinding required. You can just eat them as they are. But notice the temperature warning here. Do not heat them above 40 degrees Celsius or 100 degrees Fahrenheit. High heat literally destroys their delicate inflammation-fighting omega fatty acids. Consume them entirely raw. Just stir them right into your yogurt or porridge after it's totally cooled down.
Now, chia seeds, that is a completely different story. Never, ever eat chia seeds dry. If you eat them dry, they pass right through you and you get absolutely none of their amazing plant-based calcium and protein. You have to soak them. Mixing 2 tablespoons into your favorite milk or coconut water for 15 to 20 minutes creates this soft, soothing gel. This dramatically improves digestibility and gives your aging body a steady, slow-release drip of amino acids. It is honestly the perfect pre-bed snack for overnight tissue repair.
And this rule applies doubly to flax seeds. Whole flax seeds will pass right through your system completely undigested. Kind of like a tourist just taking a sightseeing tour of your intestines. You get absolutely nothing out of them. You must use a spice or coffee grinder to grind them fresh into a meal. That breaks the hard hull and unlocks the lignans, which are plant compounds that seriously help reduce inflammation. Plus, you get those heart-healthy ALA omega-3s.
Quick pro tip for you. Keep your freshly ground flax meal in the freezer so those delicate oils don't go rancid.
Moving right along to Section 4, your daily seed schedule. We have our perfectly prepped seeds, but listen, dumping them all into one massive meal is a terrible idea.
It would completely overwhelm your stomach. So, let's strategically spread them out over the day. Here's your daily target cheat sheet at a glance. It gives you a crystal clear picture of how much of each seed we're aiming for. We're talking half to a full cup of quinoa, a couple tablespoons of pumpkin and hemp, and so on. Feel free to pause the explainer right here if you want to jot these exact amounts down.
Let's translate those numbers into a real, gentle daily timeline. In the morning, you have your freshly ground flax seeds. This is brilliant because your cortisol, a stress hormone, is naturally highest in the morning, and the anti-inflammatory lignans in flax help foster a much healthier hormonal environment right from the start. By following this gentle spread, quinoa in the morning, pumpkin powder mid-morning, raw hemp at lunch, and that soothing chia gel before bed, your digestive system gets a steady, incredibly manageable supply of high-quality protein and fiber from morning until night.
Which brings us to our final section: total protein and resistance exercise.
To wrap up our consultation today, we really need to zoom out and look at the whole shebang. These seeds are phenomenal, but they're just one part of your overall action plan. Your actual daily goal as an adult over 70 is to hit 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. For a 70-kilogram person, that's roughly 85 to 112 grams of protein a day. Seeds alone aren't going to get you there. They need to sit alongside highly bioavailable sources like eggs, fish, poultry, lentils, and chickpeas. Think of seeds as the specialized mortar, but you absolutely still need the bricks.
And the kicker here, and I cannot stress this enough as your nutritionist, is that no food can replace physical activity. If you eat all the protein in the world but just sit in a chair all day, your body won't build a single ounce of muscle. You must incorporate gentle resistance exercises. We're talking seated leg raises, wall push-ups, or grabbing some resistance bands. Even a short daily walk provides the vital stimulus that actually signals your aging body to put that dietary protein to work for muscle repair and growth. So, here we are at the end of our session. You are now fully armed with practical, easy-to-digest preparation methods to bypass anabolic resistance. You know to rinse your quinoa, grind your pumpkin and flax, eat your hemp raw, and soak your chia. You have the toolkit and you have the schedule. The only question left is, will you take that first step, pull out that grinder, and start taking control of your muscle health tomorrow morning? The power is quite literally sitting in your pantry. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and here is to thriving.